Have you ever found yourself gazing out of the window, wondering where the time has gone? One moment we are young, with a lifetime ahead. The next, decades have passed in the blink of an eye. This shared perception connects us, bridging our stories with a universal thread of wonder about our existence. Do you remember the summers of your childhood? Days felt endless, filled with adventure and wonder. As we grew, time seemed to speed up. Seasons passed quickly and months blurred together. Now years can feel like moments. This isn't loss, but change, a shift in how we experience life's journey. Today, let's explore why time feels so different as we age, and how we can rediscover wonder in every season. Our journey today is one of gentle inquiry. We will move beyond the simple feeling that time is speeding up and look toward the fascinating reasons behind it. We will explore what science has to say about this mysterious feeling, drawing from thoughtful research conducted around the world. The answers are not found in complex equations or impenetrable jargon, but in the elegant workings of our own minds and bodies. By understanding the mechanics of our perception, we can begin to see our relationship with time in a new and empowering light, fostering a sense of peace rather than urgency. We will begin by looking at the science of time perception. Our brains contain a remarkable internal clock, a complex network that helps us measure the duration of events. We will discuss how this internal timepiece is influenced by our brain's chemistry, particularly by a substance called dopamine. As we age, the levels of dopamine naturally decrease, and this can cause our internal clock to tick a little more slowly. When our internal clock runs slower, the world outside seems to speed up in comparison, much like watching a film in fast forward. This is one of the key scientific insights we will explore together. Furthermore, we will consider how our life experience shapes our perception. When we are young, every day is filled with new information and novel experiences. Our brains are constantly working to process and store these fresh memories, which makes time feel dense and long. As we grow older, our lives often settle into comfortable routines. While these routines bring stability and comfort, they also mean our brains have fewer new memories to record. The days, filled with familiar events, can begin to merge in our minds, making a month or even a year feel much shorter in retrospect. Our exploration will not end with the science. We will also turn our attention to the wisdom of mindful living. We will discover how practices such as mindfulness, gratitude, and embracing new hobbies can help to slow down our perception of time. By anchoring ourselves in the present moment and filling our days with rich, novel experiences, we can encourage our brains to create more distinct memories. In doing so, we can stretch our days, making them feel fuller and more meaningful. This is not about fighting against time, but about learning to dance with it more gracefully, savouring each step along the way. Our sense of time isn't set by clocks or calendars, but by a remarkable system within our brains. Deep inside, a network of neural pathways acts as our internal clock, quietly keeping life's rhythm. When we're young, this clock ticks quickly, making days feel long and full. As we age, the ticking slows, and time seems to pass more quickly. This is why our perception of time changes so profoundly throughout life. Dopamine is a key chemical in our brains, shaping how we feel pleasure, move, and even perceive time. In youth, abundant dopamine makes our internal clock tick quickly, making time feel rich and full. As we age, dopamine naturally declines, slowing our internal clock and making time seem to pass faster. Understanding this change helps us see aging as a natural evolution, not a loss. As we age, our brain's metabolic rate slows, and so does our internal clock. In youth, our brains are bustling cities, growing, learning and processing at high speed. With time, this pace settles, and our perception of time shifts. The world seems to move faster, but it's our internal pacemaker that's changed, gently reshaping how we experience each moment. Researchers call it temporal compression, how our brains process and store visual information and how that changes as we age. As children, our brains capture countless images each second, making time feel rich and expansive. As we grow older, our brain's frame rate slows, storing fewer mental snapshots. This compression makes time seem to pass more quickly, even though the moments are still there. Why does time seem to speed up as we age? The proportional theory suggests we perceive time relative to how long we've lived. For a child, a year is a huge part of life. For a 70-year-old, it's just a small slice. As our memories grow, each new day feels shorter, a logical result of a life rich with experience. Our minds are like vast libraries, and our memories are the books that fill their shelves. Each day we author a new story, especially when we experience something for the first time. These firsts become vivid, detailed volumes in our mental library. As we grow older, our days fill with familiar routines. Our brains simply add notes to old stories, and time seems to pass more quickly. In the end, our perception of time is shaped by the stories we choose to remember. There is a deep comfort in routine. Our daily rituals, breakfast, a walk, tending the garden, bring peace and stability. Yet this very comfort can make time seem to slip away. When life is predictable, our brains stop recording the details and days blend together. The comfort of routine soothes us, but can also make us wonder where all the time has gone. Novelty is the spark that ignites our brain's attention. When we try something new, whether it's travelling, tasting a new dish, or taking a different route, our brain awakens, forming fresh memories. These moments stretch time, making our days feel richer and longer. Even small acts of novelty can fill life with wonder and help us create lasting memories. Lifelong learning is one of the most powerful forms of novelty we can embrace. The human brain is designed to be curious at any age. Whether it's learning a new skill, exploring history, or joining a class, each new experience keeps our minds sharp and our days rich. A curious heart transforms every day into a chance for discovery and growth. Slowing our perception of time doesn't require grand adventures, just small intentional changes to our routines. Try a new breakfast, take a different route on your walk, or focus on a single sense, like the sounds or smells around you. These subtle shifts signal to your brain that today is unique, making memories stand out. Social novelty matters too. Meet someone new, join a group, or simply have a fresh conversation. Rearranging a room, visiting a new park, or shopping somewhere different can wake up your mind. Each small act is a gentle invitation to notice and remember. By sprinkling novelty into your days, you're not fighting time. You're filling it with stories. This is how life feels more expansive, one small surprise at a time. Our minds often drift to the past or future, but living there means missing the present. Mindful living is the practice of gently returning our attention to now, without judgment. When we're truly present, we engage with life, feeling the sun, tasting our food, hearing loved ones. This deep engagement slows our perception of time, making each moment feel richer. The present is dense with sights, sounds and sensations. Tuning in gives each moment weight. Fully experienced moments are more likely to be remembered, stretching our sense of time. Moments of awe, like music or nature, can make time feel as if it stands still. Anchoring ourselves in the now isn't about stopping time, but about filling it so it feels abundant. Mindfulness is simply paying attention, on purpose, to the present moment. It's not about stopping thoughts, but noticing them and gently returning to now. The breath is a perfect anchor. Notice its rhythm, and when your mind wanders, bring it back. Mindfulness can be practiced any time. Drinking tea, walking, or during daily routines. It's about shifting from doing to being, letting the ordinary become extraordinary. This practice trains our brains to stay present, directly affecting our sense of time. When we're not lost in past or future, time feels less like a rushing river and more like a calm lake. Each noticed moment becomes a distinct bead on the string of our day. Mindfulness helps us reclaim the richness of our moments and slow the hurried march of time. Science shows mindfulness changes the brain, strengthening areas for focus and calm and quieting stress. Mindfulness enhances our awareness of time, helping us process more details in each moment. Meditation can even influence our internal clock, slowing our sense of time's passage. This inner stillness makes the world feel less rushed and more manageable. Ancient wisdom and modern science agree. Being present transforms our experience of life. We're not passive victims of a speeding clock. We can reshape our relationship with time. Mindfulness rewires our brains for a richer, fuller sense of the time we have. Gratitude is the act of noticing and appreciating the good in our lives, anchoring us in the present. It magnifies moments, making them more memorable and meaningful. Practicing gratitude counters our brain's negativity bias, filling our days with noticed joys. A simple gratitude journal, writing down 3 things you're thankful for each night, can transform your mindset. These small acts reinforce positive memories and stretch your sense of time. Gratitude shifts life from a series of problems to a collection of gifts. When we feel grateful, time feels less fleeting and more abundant. Each thankful moment slows our inner clock and helps us savor the journey. Journaling is a powerful way to enrich your experience of time. Writing about your day helps you notice and remember details that might otherwise blur together. As you reflect and record, you relive moments, making memories stronger and more distinct. The act of writing slows your thinking, bringing clarity and turning days into unique stories. Your journal doesn't need to be perfect, just consistent. Each entry becomes a chapter in your life, preventing days from blending into one another. Looking back, you'll see weeks and months filled with meaningful moments. Journaling honors your experiences and helps you feel the fullness of your own precious time. The spark of discovery is always within reach. Each week, try learning something new, whether it's a word, a recipe, or a skill. These small acts break routine, enrich your days, and keep your mind agile. Let curiosity guide you, and celebrate each aha moment. This simple practice fills your life with purpose, making every week memorable and meaningful. In our exploration of time, we have focused much on our internal experience. Yet our perception of time is also deeply shaped by our connections with others. The moments we share with family, friends, and community are often the most vivid and cherished memories we possess. Making a conscious effort to connect with loved ones is not just good for the soul. It is a powerful way to slow down time. Shared experiences, filled with emotion and conversation, are recorded by the brain with exceptional detail and depth. They become the rich, colourful chapters in the story of our lives. Think about the difference between an afternoon spent alone with routine tasks and an afternoon spent in heartfelt conversation with a dear friend. The latter is filled with a dynamic exchange of ideas, laughter, empathy, and storytelling. Your brain is highly engaged, listening to another person's perspective while forming your own responses. These moments of genuine human connection are brimming with emotional and intellectual novelty. They require your full presence, pulling you away from the autopilot of habit and anchoring you firmly in a shared, meaningful experience. These are the moments that feel substantial and create lasting, detailed memories. Let us consider how to weave these connections more intentionally into our days. It can be as simple as scheduling a regular telephone call with a child or grandchild who lives far away. During these calls, ask open, curious questions. Go beyond the usual updates and delve into their hopes, their challenges, and their joys. Another beautiful practice is to write a letter or an email. The act of writing to someone you care for is a slow, thoughtful process that fosters a deep sense of connection. These deliberate acts of reaching out create memorable events that punctuate the week, giving it shape and emotional resonance. Furthermore, seek out opportunities for shared activities. You could join a local walking group, a book club, or a community choir. Sharing an activity with others adds a new layer of engagement and accountability. You are not just going for a walk, you are going for a walk with friends, sharing observations and stories along the way. These shared experiences become powerful temporal landmarks. When you look back, the time will not feel empty or rushed. It will be filled with the faces, voices and feelings of the people you have shared it with, making your life's timeline rich and beautifully populated. Moving our bodies each day is a profound way to connect with the present moment. The feeling of air on your skin, the rhythm of your footsteps, and the gentle stretch in your muscles anchor you in the here and now. Choose movement that brings gentle pleasure, like a mindful walk, yoga, or Tai Chi. These moments become cherished, grounding your days and slowing the rush of time. As we journey through life, the world can become so familiar that we cease to truly see it. But by nurturing our sense of wonder, we slow down time and rediscover beauty in the everyday. Approach life as a gentle explorer. Notice the intricate patterns of a tree, the marvel of a ladybug, or the awe in a sunrise. A life filled with wonder feels deep, rich, and wonderfully long. Our final piece of practical wisdom is perhaps the simplest and most profound. Every time you feel joy, your brain records a fuller memory. Joy, happiness, and delight are powerful emotional states that command our brain's full attention. When we are experiencing a moment of pure, unadulterated joy, our senses are heightened and our awareness is sharpened. We are not thinking about the past or worrying about the future. We are completely immersed in the wonderful feeling of the present. These joyful moments are encoded in our memory with exceptional clarity and richness, becoming shining beacons on our life's timeline. Therefore, one of the most effective ways to make your days feel longer and more meaningful is to actively seek out and savor moments of joy. This is not about chasing a constant state of euphoria, which is unrealistic. Rather, it is about giving yourself permission to notice and fully appreciate the small pleasures that life offers every day. It could be the deep satisfaction of solving a crossword puzzle, the simple delight of a perfectly ripe piece of fruit, or the infectious laughter of a child playing nearby. These moments are gifts waiting to be unwrapped. When you find yourself in one of these joyful moments, try to linger in it for a few extra seconds. Consciously register the feeling. Notice how it feels in your body. Let the warmth of the happiness spread through you. This practice of savouring not only enhances the pleasure of the moment itself, but also helps to cement it more firmly in your memory. You are telling your brain, "This is important. Remember this," A day that contains several of these savoured, joyful moments will feel significantly fuller and more memorable than a day that passes by in a neutral, emotional haze. In essence, slowing down time is not a battle to be won, but an art to be cultivated. It is the art of filling your days with presence, connection, wonder, and joy. By learning new things, connecting with loved ones, moving your body, nurturing your sense of wonder, and savouring moments of happiness, you're actively enriching your life's narrative. You're giving your brain more beautiful, detailed, and meaningful stories to record. And a life that is rich in memorable stories is a life that feels not fast and fleeting, but expansive, deep and wonderfully, gracefully long. As our exploration draws to a close, let us gather the threads we've woven. Time feels faster as we age, shaped by our memories, routines, and the power of novelty. Embracing new experiences and mindful presence helps us savour each moment, making time feel richer and more complete. These gentle invitations are keys to a fuller, more meaningful life. We may look back with longing, wishing to slow the rapid march of time. But the promise of a fuller day is not about more hours, it's about richer moments. By living mindfully and embracing both routine and novelty, we create days that feel abundant and memorable. When we are truly present, each day becomes a cherished chapter in our story. This is not an ending, but an invitation to embrace graceful, mindful aging. See your senior years as a time for inner growth, wisdom and presence. Find beauty in simplicity, joy in small moments, and connection in quiet conversations. Aging is not about denying change, but meeting it with kindness and self-compassion. Let us move forward with hope, making each day a masterclass in the art of living well. The feeling that time is flying by is a gentle reminder from life itself, a whisper to pay attention, to not let our days slip by unnoticed. Let us no longer see the clock as an adversary, but as a gentle rhythm, a soundtrack to a life fully lived. It is the quality of our attention, not the quantity of our actions, that makes our days feel rich and long. Let the ticking of the clock be a peaceful reminder to live fully, gracefully, and with gratitude for the gift of time.